Let's get right to it. If you think consistently profitable trading is about finding some secret indicator or predicting the market's next big move, well, you're looking in the wrong place. We're about to boil down decades of wisdom from 3 absolute masterworks into one single powerful framework. And it all kicks off with an idea that might surprise you.
So here it is, the question that keeps every trader up at night. You do the work, you study the charts, you put in the hours, so why do the vast majority of people, we're talking 95%, still end up losing money? The answer, it turns out, is shockingly simple, but it's also incredibly hard to get right.
Because here's the truth. The biggest thing standing between you and success isn't the market. It's your own mind. You could have the most genius analysis in the world, but it's completely useless if fear, greed, or your ego is calling the shots. Making money in the markets is a mental game first and a technical game second.
All right, let's break this down with our first pillar, which is really inspired by the legendary Mark Douglas. And look, this isn't just a tiny adjustment. This is a complete rewiring of how you see everything. You've got to stop acting like a gambler trying to guess what's next and start thinking like the casino.
This is so crucial. You have to understand what a trading edge really is. It is not a crystal ball, it's just a statistical reality that shows one thing is slightly more likely to happen than another over time. Your job isn't to be right on this one trade, it's to execute your edge perfectly over the next 1,000 trades.
And this slide just lays it all out, right? You've got 2 completely different worlds. On the left, the amateur is just getting tossed around by their emotions on every single trade. But on the right, the professional, they're cool, calm, and collected. They know losses are just a cost of doing business, a totally normal part of playing a numbers game.
And that brings us to the most powerful analogy in all of trading. Think about it. Does a casino owner panic when someone hits a big jackpot? Of course not. Why? Because they know their tiny statistical edge guarantees they'll make money over thousands and thousands of hands. Every single trade you take is just one hand at the table. The outcome is basically random. But the outcome of your system over time, that is anything but random.
The market wizard Richard Dennis just nails it here. A 53% chance feels like a coin flip on one trade, right? Almost random. But if you do that over and over again, the outcome becomes a certainty. Really letting that sink in, that's the mathematical bedrock of a professional trading career.
So once you have that mindset, it leads directly into our second pillar, the rules of survival. Every single one of the legendary traders in Market Wizards said pretty much the same thing. Their success was built on playing amazing defense, not amazing offense.
I mean, this quote from Paul Tudor Jones is a whole masterclass in just a few sentences. He doesn't hope he's right, he starts every single day assuming he's wrong and he plans for it. See, risk management isn't something you think about after you get into a trade. It's the very first decision you make.
And it all boils down to these 3 non-negotiable rules. Number 1, cut your losers and cut them fast. No hesitation. If the market tells you you're wrong, listen to it. Number 2, you've got to give your winners room to breathe. This is what pays for all those small losses. And number 3, your position size is your gas pedal. You press down when you're trading well, and you ease off when you're not. Simple as that.
Now check this out. This table right here is the mathematical proof of why this works. You don't actually need a super high win rate to make a lot of money. Just look at that 40% row. If you're only right 4 out of 10 times, but your average winner is just 1.5 times your average loser, you're profitable. This is why Let Your Winners Run isn't just a cheesy motivational poster, it is a mathematical law. And here it is, the one rule that will absolutely save you from blowing up your account. Adding money to a losing trade is basically just doubling down on a bad idea. It's hope pretending to be a strategy, and it is the fastest way to zero. Don't do it, ever. Okay, so you've got the casino mindset. You're playing great defense. The final piece of this whole puzzle is execution. And this is not about trading more often. It's about trading only at the absolute right time, when all the odds are stacked in your favor. Most new traders think more screen time equals more money. The pros, they know the exact opposite is true. Your edge is at its sharpest during those peak hours, like when the London and New York sessions overlap. In the quiet times, you're just getting kicked around by random noise. Your job is to sit there and wait patiently for the perfect pitch.
So what are you waiting for? You're waiting for what some people call a 5-star setup. It's when everything just clicks into place. The chart level, the time of day, maybe a news catalyst. It's all about confluence. See, having one reason to take a trade, that's a guess. But having 3 or 4 independent reasons all pointing in the same direction, now that's a high probability edge.
So now let's put it all together, because these aren't 3 random ideas. This is a sequence, a unified framework where each step has to come before the next. If you're weak in any one of these pillars, the whole system just falls apart. And here's the whole philosophy on a single slide. It's this simple. First, you master your own mind and think like a casino. Second, you protect your money like your life depends on it, defining your risk before you ever dream of profit. And only then, third, do you patiently wait to pull the trigger on only the absolute best setups. That's the path. There is no other.
Let's finish up with a rapid-fire review of the most critical rules. This is the foundation of everything. If you don't know where you're getting out before you get in, you're not trading, you're just gambling.
The account killer. Just accept you were wrong, take the small L, and keep your capital safe so you can come back and fight another day.
And this is the one that makes you rich. You have to fight that urge to grab a quick, small profit. Remember, one big winner can easily pay for a whole bunch of small, well-managed losses.
Look, knowing these rules is one thing. Living them is another. So take a good, hard look at this framework and be honest with yourself. Where's your weakest link? Is it your mindset, your defense, or is it your execution? Because figuring that out and deciding to master that one thing first, that's your next step to becoming consistently profitable.